Hello friends, this is Nick. I'm one half of the retro Twitch streaming duo Whimsical Sprites. We celebrate childhood memories from the late 80s through early 2000s by playing old Nintendo games, Atari, Sega, Sony games, you name it, we play it on the channel. If it's old, we try to check it out. And today I am reviewing the RG351V from Anbernic. So this is a fantastic handheld that we recently purchased just to kind of like be able to play some old games and just enjoy the vertical form factor of a Game Boy. It's something that I felt like was kind of missing from my gaming experiences, and just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. So to begin, this thing's design is fantastic. It's just such a great build. It feels fairly heavy maybe compared to other handhelds that I've tried before, but overall nothing too heavy to where if you were playing for a long period of time that it would be really exhausting. I found the feel in hand to be really nice and comfortable. It's just a little wider than a normal Game Boy or Color might be or something like that, so it feels a little better to adult hands using it, I think. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Nintendo Switch, especially in the joystick down here. Things feel really clicky when you press on them. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll try the triggers too here. And they're pretty satisfying. I would say that the buttons are definitely excellent. Some people have even modded these buttons so that they have a similar color combination to your favorite console handheld controller. And there are some websites like Sakura Mods that do different button combinations that you can kind of mod these with, and I'll link that in the description below. Let's talk about the firmware a little bit with this, because if you're not familiar, you can install custom firmwares on this unit, and you can sort of customize the user experience and the user interface to your liking. I chose to go with 351 Elect, so this is a pretty popular firmware. My recommendation would be to visit Retro Gaming Course channel and check out his tutorial on how to install it, how to update it. He's got everything that you need on there, so definitely go check him out, subscribe to his channel. And if you do get through the entire process and you get things set up to your liking in 351 Elect, it's also worth looking into RetroArch and understanding what goes into setting up RetroArch. And the best advice that I want to give to you is just to kind of like prepare yourself emotionally for what you're about to do, or just prepare yourself for like the mental workload that's going to go into this, because everyone's got different quirks or different preferences with retro games. And so you're probably going to find that a couple little things that you want to get exactly just right are going to take a while for you to figure out. For me, it was shaders and different kind of video filters. I really wanted things to look a certain way and feel a certain way that inspired nostalgia and kind of wonder and creativity, and some of those things that I really liked feeling when I was little and was playing video games. So that will take a while. Emulators that work really, really well on this, obviously all of the handheld games, like talking about Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, they look amazing on this thing. I mean, just absolutely flawless. The battery life of the RG351V left a little bit to be desired. I think it generally gets about maybe 3 to 4 hours for me. I'll have to kind of do some more testing with it and figure it out, but I have seen some people recommend just modding the battery, and that might be helpful for you. Another quirk of the battery that I found to be really interesting is that for some reason, if I charge the device, say overnight or for a longer period of time, occasionally when I turn it on, I get just a big line of code that comes up on the screen, and sometimes it just freezes. So I found myself pushing the reset button or holding down the power button every once in a while to start it back up. And it's important to know that when you turn off the device, they really want you to go into the settings and actually shut it down properly, kind of like you used to do with your old computer or whatever. I'm not really sure if it's just my unit that has problems or not, but for some reason whenever I boot it up after charging for a while, it seems like it just wants to kind of complain a little, and that's just something that you might want to know. Some overall selling points on this thing and reasons why I think you should buy it. Again, it's just the form factor is like perfection. I've always wanted a vertical handheld, and there's not a ton of them on the market, so if you're looking for a vertical, this one really nails it. The other thing that I really like about it is just that it has these two triggers on the back, and it also has this little function button in the middle of the console. And so I find myself binding certain hotkeys to do certain things. For example, when I hold down this button in the middle here and then press R1 or L1, I can save and load states or fast forward or slow motion the game, whatever I want to do. Those things are just super helpful for me, and help me to stay out of the RetroArch menus and the emulation station menus, which kind of continues to give the illusion that I'm really playing a Game Boy, and that's pretty nice. If you're considering purchasing a retro handheld for about roughly $100, this is pretty much as good as it gets. I went with the recommendation to buy this case as well. This is just an Amazon Basics GPS case that Retro Gaming Core recommended. I put a little microfiber cloth on the inside to give it some padding so it doesn't move around quite as much, and ultimately that was only like $10. You know, if yours doesn't come with a case from another reseller or something, I highly recommend considering that one. If you liked what you saw here today and you'd like to see more of our channel or learn about our stream or check out some of the various toys that we're selling on Mercari and eBay, please check out the links in the description below. Consider subscribing to us, like the video, and comment on it if you will. We would sure appreciate it. And that about does it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.